So, hello everybody. Nice to see you all. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Komal, and today we are going to be talking about Avenue. So, what is Avenue? So, Avenue is our online learning platform that we use for class. So, throughout the course, you will have access to it to do different activities, listen to videos, and get to complete different tasks. Okay, so the first thing I would like to show everybody is how do you log into Avenue? So the first step is you're going to go to Google, excuse me, and you're going to type in Avenue, and then it'll be the first thing that appears. After that, you're going to click the login button, the orange login button. And then it's going to take you to this page where you're going to put your email address and password. So I just want to stop here a moment. You will get an email from us with your information. So please do keep it safe and keep it somewhere you can always see because you will need your email ID and the password as well. So it will be provided to you so you can log into Avenue, okay? So just keep an eye out for the email, check all your spam, and junk folders as well. So once you get that email, you will see your email and password, and then you just type it in, and then you should be logged on, okay? So after you log on, how do you find our course? When you go on the page, you'll see My Home and you'll see Classroom. So you're going to click Classroom on the top right of the screen. And then you will see our course. So I'm just going to show everybody. So that is how you find the course. So then you click the course you're enrolled in, right? So under course overview, you're going to click teacher led, and it's very important for you to click all. So do you see how there is all here? That means it will show you all of your courses. So when you go to course overview, remember to click all and click the right course that you are in. So the teacher led, right? And then you will see our course. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about viewing the course content. Okay, so I'm just gonna play this. So as you can see, there's one, two, three, four modules, right? So we have four modules in the course. So what I want to mention is we have four modules and each module has 5 sections. So as you know, there are 10 weeks in our course. So that's 20 sections. So we usually open 2 sections each week. We usually open the new section on Fridays. So when you first log in, you'll be able to see the course and see how it is. And after that, you have the 2 sections per week. So I'm just going to show everybody. So this is how it will look like, right? So introducing yourself, right? Giving information, updating client, describing the medical conditions, right? All of this are just topics, right? So this is the language focus, right? So this is a video provided by our ESL teacher that you can listen to for vocabulary review, practice. Okay, and then this is a learning activity. So I'm going to explain this after to you. We're going to go in more detail about the activities, but I'm going to show you that later. And this is our vocabulary review. So you can click the blue button and then it will give you like the voice of the teacher to show you how to pronounce the words. So you can play the audio and practice pronouncing the words. So we have a vocabulary list you can go through. And then we're gonna go over the speaking task as well. So there's tasks to do as well. Okay. So that's our side menu here. So you can see, you can go to the different modules on our side menu here. So that's how you click to go to the different module. If you want to go to the next one, you can use the side menu. Okay. And then you'll see when you, you'll see when you viewed or completed, right? You can see the check mark will be there when you view. And then as you can see, we also have the module speaking assessment tests. So for each modules, there's assessments. So there'll be a time and date for you to complete before the due date. You can't access them in advance and ahead of time. And also we have a learner survey and reflection. So if you could see that. So please fill out the survey if you can. If you have any suggestions, we'd like to know your feedback, your thoughts. Always like to hear your reflection and what you think. It helps us also improve. So this is a little bit about how it's going to look like. Okay. So I am just going to pause the recording for a second. Okay, so now let's talk about the H5P learning activity. So what is an H5P activity? It's an exercise where you get to practice. So you will see over here that it says H5P. So I'm going to go back just so everybody can see again. It says right here, see the little blue box? It says right here, H5P. So those are activities. When you see a little blue box that it says H5P, those are learning activities you can use to practice. So let's go over the activity. So you have to click the arrow.
Listen to
So here, oh, sorry. So here you will see,
listen to this conversation between a PSW and a supervisor. Then answer the questions.
can everybody hear that? Is everybody able to hear the activity?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so you will hear the activity. You can see over here that you press the button here to play. And then it says to listen to this conversation between a PSW and a supervisor, and then you answer the question. So let's listen for a second.
Good morning, Lisa. I need to talk to you about a concern regarding Mr. Brown in room 204.
So this is
Good-
the transcript. So let's say that you can't understand what they're saying. You can see the transcript here. So you can hear more, see more clearly of what they're saying. If maybe the audio you can't hear.
Morning. What seems to be
So
the
after
problem?
you
Because
hear
his
the transcript,
I'm sorry to hear that.
you can answer
been
the
happening.
questions. So, okay, so that means it's wrong, right? So then they'll give you the correct answer. So again, wrong answer. So you click on the answers after you listen to the video. Okay, so that means right. So what happens? It means 2 out of 4 are right. So you can click retry. And if you like, you can say show solution. So what are the answers? So then it'll show you the answer. So you're going to go back. And then you press retry. So let's retry again. So let's say you got all the answers right. It's going to show you, oh, perfect, complete star, 4 out of 4. You can go on to the next one. So in this one,
Complete the
you
sentence.
see the words are at the side. So it says complete the sentences using the correct words. So these are the words and you have to put them in the correct place for the sentences. So, oh, sorry. So let's try. Let's try to do that. I'll
The
just show
dialogue.
you a video.
Complete the sentences using the correct words from the dialogue.
Okay, so let's say, you were writing the words. Okay, let's say you wrote the words. Now, do you see here that it says, please fill on all the blanks. So let's say you got these wrongs. You still have to put something in each box. You are not going to be able to see the solution, the answer, if you don't put something in each box. So let's say you try to put an answer, and then you can check. Oh, sorry. So you try to put an answer, and then you can check. Then you press check, and then it'll show you everything. And then you can see the solution. So then it'll show you what are the right answers. So let's say after that, okay, you want to retry. So you can try again. So let's say you try again, and then you press check. And then it's all right. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Okay. Okay, so as I mentioned, you press update. Yeah, sorry, you write update listening, and then you press check. Okay. And then you'll show you, oh, you got all 8 out of 8.
Listen to
And
the
then you
following
can
phrases.
go to the next part of the activity and you listen to the phrases. And this one, you don't need to do anything. You just need to practice them.
And practice
So
saying
what
them
you can do
clearly.
is you
These are
can
important for managing
listen
complaints
to
professionally.
the audio
I
here.
understand how you feel. I'm sorry this has been happening.
So then you just have to practice. So you don't need to do anything here. You just practice. You just play the audio and you practice saying the sentences.
Let me speak to the staff. Thank you for
Imagine you are a PS.
this.
Imagine you are a PS.
Okay, and so in the next one, it says, imagine you are a PSW responding to a coworker or supervisor about a complaint. So you read the scenario and then you record your answer. So how do you record? Let me show
W
that now.
responding to a coworker or supervisor about a complaint. Read the scenario and record your response.
So you're gonna go to record. And now this is important. So you have to click either allow this time or allow while visiting the site to use your microphone so they can record, okay? It can record. So I can click allow this time.
Yes, it is.
So we recorded something and we paused and then we're playing it now. And then you can press play.
Yes, it is.
So let's say you recorded your answer, but you want to retry. So you press retry. And then you can go to the suggest, oh, sorry. Sorry. Sorry, folks, 1 second. Yes, I was mentioning, so you can go to the suggested answer after. So if you like, you can, after you want to retry the recording, right? Say you want to retry, so let's just press go to, there should be an option that says retry, so retry. And then let's say you want to click the suggested answer. So you can read this answer and re-record it and write it down. So you're gonna press record
I
again.
understand that must be disruptive. Maybe we can remind staff to keep their voices down and limit noise during the night.
So then after that, you can
I
hear it.
understand that must be disruptive. Maybe we can remind staff to keep their voices down and limit noise during the night.
So then after you hear the suggested answer, right? You did the recording, you feel okay about it, it's all good, right? You can go to the next one. So the next part is the same thing, is the recording, and then after the end, you're gonna click the star to see the score. So click star to see your score, that's the end. So where's the star? It's right there at the bottom right. And then you'll see the total score, and you can also write show solution. So this will show you the answers. Okay, so I'm just going to pause there and pause the recording 1 minute. Okay, so thank you everybody. So that's how you complete the H5P learning activity. So now I want to show you a video about how you record and submit your speech. So let's watch this video. So here you will see an optional speaking tasks. So this is optional, right? But we do encourage everybody to try because it's great practice for you. So this is a scenario. So you have to record yourself explaining the client's complaint to your supervisor, right? So this is the question. And then they give you the sample expected answer. So this is an example of an answer you can do. And then if you keep going down, there's tips what you can include. So there's more information. So to record your speech, please follow the steps. So first you need to add submission. So let's go down. You'll see add submission. So you click add submission. After that, you're gonna press record.
Good morning, Mr. Thompson. I wanted to bring up a concern from Mrs. Carter. She has mentioned a few times that her room feels very cold.
So let's pretend
especially at
you're
night, and
recording.
she feels that her blankets are too thin. She doesn't feel.
So done, and then you can play your recording.
Good morning, Mr. Thompson. I wanted to bring up a concern from Mrs. Carter. She has mentioned a few times that her room feels very cold, especially at night, and she feels that her blankets
Okay, so
are too
after you
thin.
hear your recording, you press upload. And it's going to show uploaded successfully. Then you press save changes. So this is an important part I want to talk about. So you go to here, submission status. So if it's green and it says submitted for grading, it's all good. But if you go down, there's one more part I would like you to keep aware of. You see it says online Poodle here. Do you see the recording number, right? The time, it says 14 seconds. So always check this because sometimes what happens is you might be doing, recording and you recorded for 1 minute. But then when you go here, it says, oh, only 14 seconds? How come? How come it's showing only 14 seconds? But I talked for 1 minute, right? So you have to make sure you check here because this will show you what what you submitted. This will show you. So if you only recorded 14 seconds, but you talk 1 minute, then you have to do it again, right? Because it only gave you 14 seconds. So always keep your notes and always write down what you recorded first. So if you have to record again, you won't say, oh, I can't find my notes. I can't, record again, right? So it's always good for you to have your notes with you so that way if you have to record again, you can record again easily because sometimes, it happens where you talk for 1 minute, but then you go here and you say, oh no, it only shows 14 seconds, right? So just make sure you keep your notes with you. And if you need to re-record, you have your answer right in front of you so you can record easily, okay? So always check that as well. So you can
Good morning,
always
Mr.
hear what you
Thompson.
recorded.
She especially.
And after you hear that, you can press edit submission. Let's say edit. So again, edit means you need to change it, right? Edit means you need to try again. So then you can, right? You can press cancel. And then also we have remove. So after you edit your submission, what you would do is you would press record, play, and upload. So it would be the same thing. You also have to press save changes. So you just go to edit if you want to re-record, right? You edit it, and then you press cancel, and then let's just say you want to remove, right? Submission. So sorry, I want to explain this again. So let's say if you want to edit, you click edit. So you press record, right? Record, play, upload, right? And then save changes. So you don't press cancel, sorry. Cancel is like you want to kind of just like leave the page, right? So if you edit, right, you want to edit, change your recording, you still have to go back here. You still have to click edit submission. You would press record, play, upload, and then save, okay? And then save changes, and then let's say you want to remove, you want to delete, you press remove submission. It'll give you this message. Are you sure you want to remove? Press continue. So that means it's deleted. So nothing's there. And then you can add your submission again if you like.
She has mentioned a few
So
times
again, we can just add.
a few times that her room feels that her blanket. We could check the
So again, it'll say upload, uploading successfully. Okay. And after you upload it successfully, save changes. You go down, so it'll say submission for grading. And again, just make sure you check the time, how much time it recorded. Make sure like, okay, it says 24 seconds, right? So make sure, okay, you actually spoke for 24 seconds and it got your whole answer, right? So always check how much time,
Good morning,
how much
Mr.
time
Thompson.
it
I wanted to
recorded.
bring up
And that's about it for how to record and submit your speech.
Thompson. I wanted to bring up a concern. Very cold, especially at night.
Okay, so give me 1 second. Okay, so that's how you record and submit your speech. So let's watch a video on how you complete the assignment. So you would have to click the right module, right? And then there's an optional assignment there. Again, it's optional, but we always encourage, everybody to do it just for practice. So then, some of them are writing tasks. They're not, speaking. So you press add submission, right? So you can see this is a writing task. So you would have to read, kind of through the questions and things like that. It's writing, and then you would practice your answer. So this writing task, I can tell you, it just says, it's about, writing a report, right? You've been asked to write a report, and here's some points you can include. Here's a sample. So if you need help, there's even an example answer right there for you and how you write. And then you just write down your answer. And then you can just press save changes, right? And then it'll say submitted for grading. Again, here you can edit submission, so you can change it, as I mentioned, right? And then press save changes. Always don't forget to press save changes. And then if you want to remove it, you can remove as well, right? And then if you need to add again, you can add again. So the sample answers are always there for you as well. So if you have any trouble with what to write, you can always read the sample answer, right? It's right over here for you, right? So that's kind of how you do the writing task. So the teacher will also give you feedback for what you do. So how do you check feedback? So let's say you go to the to the right module, right? So let's say you're on module 1. So you need to click module 1, right? So I'm going to go back. So module 1, right? So right there. So module 1. So which section did I complete? So it was here, section 4, right? Optional assignment. I did that, right? So I'm going to check, and then the feedback will be right there, right? It'll show right here. It'll show graded, and it'll be right there, feedback. So you'll see the mark here, you'll see the feedback. So again, let's say you need to go to module 1. So you go, how do I check my feedback from the teacher? So I did the module 1 optional assignment. So I click module 1. I go, what section was it? It was section 4. It was optional assignment. So it was this one. So then I go down. Okay, I see this is what I did. Where do I check feedback? Okay, I keep going down to the page. There's the feedback. That's the feedback from the teacher. Okay. Okay. So how do you log out of Avenue? So you just go up. You'll see your name. You just have to click your name and press log out. So if you would like to log out, you just click log out. So again, I'm just going to show everybody again. You go, you see your name, and then you click log out. And that's how you log out of Avenue. Okay. So sometimes we have some issues with Avenue, right? So sometimes you may say, oh, I don't have, any email. I can't find my account, right? So just check your email with the subject line, Workplace English for PSW class information. Some of you may have taken our course already, so you already have an Avenue account, right? So you can just use your, Avenue login that you have already. And as I mentioned, spam and junk folders, right? So as I mentioned, if you already have an Avenue account, you just log in with what your password and email is already. And please check your email for your Avenue email and password. As I mentioned before, check your spam and junk folders. You should get an email for us, with the information. Let's say you can't log in, it's not working. Maybe you have the wrong username, wrong password. Always check the password, always check your username. That's right, the email, right? Make sure there's no spelling mistakes. If your password has a capital letter in it, right? Make sure you write the capital letter. If it has a lowercase, make sure you write the lowercase. So make sure you're entering the information properly. Say you forgot the password, you can just click on forgot password to reset, right? You can always let us know if you need any help with that, but if you forgot your password, don't worry, there's an option there to say forgot password. So remember when I said, showed you the when you go to course overview, you have to click all. So sometimes you may say, oh, I can't find my course, right? That's because you didn't click all. So remember when you click the drop down menu under the course overview, it'll show all, right? So I'll just show this video again so everybody knows. So again, when you log in, you'll see course overview. Do you see how it says in progress? It means, oh, right, you can't see your course. So you have to go to the menu and you have to click all except removed from view. And then you will see your course. So make sure when you go to course overview, you click all. Okay. So sometimes, the speech may not record. We always ask for you to please use Chrome or Edge. Google Chrome or Edge is like the recommended browser to use in the course because it helps with the Avenue. Sometimes, Firefox or other browsers don't work. So, always check that to see, there's no block or, something not allowing the microphone, If you have any issues like that, you can always contact us. But just to recommend, we use Chrome, Google Chrome, and that usually would help. It's better to use with the Avenue. So as I mentioned, you might say you submitted, but no speech were recorded, right? So you have to wait until uploaded successfully appears before clicking save changes, right? So let's say you were recording your speech, right? So, right, you recorded it,
Thompson, I wanted to bring up a concern from Mrs. Carter. She has mentioned a few times it feels
right? So you press play
good.
and
I wanted to
then,
bring up feels that
right, you press upload. But let's say you didn't wait for it to say upload successfully and you just press save changes. You need to wait till it says uploaded successfully. After you see these 3 green check marks and it shows you uploaded successfully, then you can press save changes. So always make sure you do all 3, okay? And then as I mentioned before, you can
Your
check
audio
down
is
here.
being converted. Please try.
You can check to see the time of your audio and how much you recorded. So always make sure that you recorded your answer, okay? And to keep your notes with you as well. So if you have to re-record, you have your answer with you,
Again soon.
okay? And then as mentioned, you can always, go down here and remove, right, or edit. So you just go here. You can remove or edit. So it'll give you the option to remove or edit down
Your
below.
audio is being converted. Please try again soon.
Okay, so you'll see edit here and remove right at the bottom. And then you can re-add if you like. Okay.
Carter feels that her Mr. Thompson.
Okay. So sometimes, you may use your phone. So we do encourage you to use Avenue with your laptop, computers, or iPad. The reason is the text is very small and maybe the functions on the phone are not fully visible. So there is some challenges using the phone. So if possible, we do encourage you to access Avenue using your computer, laptop, or iPad. So if you have any questions, you can contact us. These are the contacts of our program workers. So thank you, everybody. I am just going to stop the recording now.